I was walking down the street, the same as I've always done for the past 2 years. It was a nice day today, very sunny. Just the right temperature, people bustling about. The only strange thing I encountered today was a flyer on a post. The flyer said, "Ever wanted to live again? Text or call to receive your free revival." It was extremely strange. I thought the person who put the flyer up was delusional. How could one live again? I've never heard of such a thing. I decided to text the number anyways, not expecting a response. "I've heard about your flyer. What's it about?" "Oh, it's quite simple. We give you a little ball of revival for around $50. If you're interested, let me know." "I'm interested. Do we meet up or something?" "Yes. How about the local McDonald's? That sounds good for you?" "Yeah. When do we meet up?" "Now. Bring your cash." I put my phone in my pocket and rushed back home. It was only a 2-minute trip on foot, so I was home in no time. I made sure I had my wallet in my pocket, went to my car, and then drove to McDonald's. I waited in the parking lot until another car parked next to mine. It was a nice white shade, and the car itself seemed to be brand new. The person inside looked at me and got out of their car, and so did I. The person was very tall, about 6'3" from what I can tell. He was pretty slim and wore a suit. He also wore a nice fedora that matched his suit well. Although it was dark brown instead of black, his face seemed to be distorted. I couldn't quite make it out for some reason, but his face seemed to be twisted a bit. "I'm assuming you're the person with the ball?" I asked. "Yes, indeed. Did you bring your cash?" he asked. His voice sounded a bit raspy. "Yeah, give me just a moment." I got my wallet out of my pocket and fumbled around until I got my cash. I handed it to the man as he got a black ball out of his pocket and handed it to me. The ball was shockingly heavy for its size, only being around the size of a quarter. I put it in my pocket, thanked the man, and headed into my car. The drive back home seemed to feel much longer than it was. It's only a 20 or so minute ride, but it felt like a full hour. I felt insanely tired for some reason too. I felt so tired that I fell asleep while at the wheel. And then I drifted off into another car going insanely fast. Everything went black. I couldn't move. I couldn't see. I couldn't speak. I couldn't do anything but think. It was like I was trapped in some sort of void. Is this what death felt like? Did I truly just die? And then, all of a sudden, I saw a light. A very small light. But then it was getting bigger. Fast. Faster. It grew until it hit me that I'm moving towards the light. I was going impossibly fast. I don't know how I didn't feel anything, but I just didn't. And then I hit the light. I closed my eyes as I felt like I was falling, until I realized I was. I hit hard ground, pain filling up my body as I tried lifting my head up to look around at my surroundings. I was back where the car crash happened. Except, nothing was moving. No trees. None of the cars. Nothing. I was stuck in time. I tried to get up. It was incredibly painful, but I managed. I took another look at my surroundings, and sure enough, nothing was moving. I felt my pockets for anything. The wallet wasn't gone, but the ball. That was the ball that apparently revived people. I was revived, but in a weird state where time didn't move. Another reality. I walked forward so I could get back home. After around 40 minutes of pain, I finally reached home. Again, there was nobody moving except one person. They were staring at me, their eyes being completely devoid of life. They were pits. They wore a black suit and a dark brown hat. I realized this was the man that gave me the ball. He grew taller, and taller, up until the point he was 8 feet tall. He just kept staring at me. He grew so tall that I had to look up to see his face as I watched it twist and distort rapidly until it was completely upside down. I was in complete fear. I didn't know what was happening. I wanted it to stop, and I wanted to run away from this man. I couldn't move, though, even if I tried. I was frozen in place again. Hello there. His voice wasn't the one I remembered anymore. It sounded like 1,000 people's voices being brought together. My head erupted in pain, but as soon as the pain started, it stopped. I wanted to scream at him, tell him to make it stop, and that he shouldn't be in this world, but instead I just pleaded. I want to live again, please. My voice was shaking in complete fear. I was horrified by the man. I never saw anything as terrifying as him. The man gave a twisted smile. My ears started to ring, my body in sheer pain. I looked around. Everything was bending and twisting around. Reality seemed to completely collapse. The sky looked like it was melting. The sun looked like it divided into two. The ground looked like complete liquid. Every face was the man's face. Completely upside down, giving a horrifying smile. Everything was melting around me as the pain in my body got stronger. My ears were ringing so loud that I felt like I was going to go deaf. My vision became blurry. I collapsed to the liquid ground, falling through it into the blackness. I was in the void again, but this time I was conscious of myself. I could tell I was in water, and that I was about to drown quickly. I tried swimming back up as fast as I could. I was in sheer panic as I saw the light above slowly fade away. I was so close to the light, but yet so far away. I was suddenly falling down. I could breathe again, but I was falling down. There was no light heading for me, just darkness, and then I hit the ground again, this time without much pain. In fact, I didn't feel much pain in my body from before. It felt like nothing ever happened. I was right outside my house again. I got up and took a look around. Everything seemed to be normal, although everyone was looking at me like I was crazy. Everything was in motion again. Everything solid and not melting. The faces of people were normal, the same you'd expect for anyone. I went inside my home, went upstairs, and lied in bed, not even caring about my car. I was just glad to live again.